In this demonstration, I'm going to show how to solve a linear equation in which the variable occurs on both sides. In this particular problem, I'm going to solve for the variable x. In order to solve for the variable x, I want to isolate the x term, or the linear term, on the left-hand side, and the constant terms, or the terms without the variables, on the right-hand side. My reasoning for doing this is that I realize that there are more x's on the left-hand side than there are on the right-hand side. So by performing the same operations to both sides of the equal sign, I should ensure that I end up with a positive number of x's at all times on the left-hand side. My first step is to isolate this 5x term because I want to isolate the variable x on the left-hand side. In order to do that, I am going to add the value 3. Adding is the inverse operation to subtraction. So by adding 3 to the left-hand side, I have created a problem in which there is only a 5x term remaining, because negative 3 plus 3 will cancel and become 0. So literally, I have 5x plus 0. Now, an equation is just like a balance. So if I choose to add 3 to the left-hand side, I must also, at the same time, add 3 to the right-hand side. By adding 3 to the right-hand side, 3 plus 3 is 6. And I have the equation 5x plus 0 equals 2x plus 6. 5x plus 0 is simply 5x. 2x plus 6 cannot be simplified. The 2x is a linear term, the 6 is a constant term, and since they are not like terms, they cannot be added together. At this point, I am still trying to get all the x's on the left-hand side. So I have to remove these x's from the right-hand side. In order to remove the x's from the right-hand side, I am going to subtract 2x. By subtracting 2x from the right-hand side, I'm left with 0 x's and the constant plus 6. Again, I must perform the same operation on the left-hand side as I did to the right-hand side. So if I subtract 2x on the right, I must subtract 2x on the left of the equal sign. And 5x minus 2x leaves me with 3x's. We know that 0 times any number is 0. So 0x is simply just 0. And simplifying this expression on the right-hand side would be 3x equals 6. The last step in solving this problem is to get this to be 1x. In order to do that, I'm going to do the inverse to multiplying by 3 and divide by 3. Because I know 3 divided by 3 will leave me with an answer of 1. Again, following procedures in which I must perform the same operation on both sides of the equal sign, if I divide the left-hand side of the equation by 3, I must divide everything on the right-hand side of the equation by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1x. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So my answer for x is x equals 2. If you'd like to check this answer to make sure your solution is correct, you can substitute 2 back in for x in the original equation. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. The answer on the right-hand side should be similar, or exactly the same, as the answer on the left-hand side, so substituting 2 on the right-hand side, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 3 is also 7. Since 7 is equal to 7, we can be very confident that x equals 2 is the solution to this equation in which the variable occurred on both sides.